Hi, I'm Margaret, a 21-year-old senior at UCLA majoring in business administration. Life's been complicated, to say the least. Let me explain how things went downhill. Honey, Amanda needs you to watch the kids this weekend. My dad said over the phone yesterday, not even bothering to check if I had plans. Dad, I have finals to study for. I can't keep dropping everything for them, he sighed. They're your siblings, Margaret. You need to be more understanding. Sure, my half-siblings, John, 8, Elizabeth, 6, and little Tyler, 4, are sweet kids, but they're Amanda's responsibility, not mine. Amanda, my 32-year-old stepmother, walked into our lives 2 years ago, and well, let's just say she's complicated. You won't believe what happened again. I vented to my best friend, Madison, over coffee at our favorite campus spot. What did the princess want this time? She asked. She accidentally threw out my mom's old recipes while cleaning the kitchen. Dad just stood there and told me I should be grateful she's organizing the house. My boyfriend, Chris, reached across the table, squeezing my hand. You know you can always come stay with me if things get too rough. Thank God for my support system, especially Aunt Christine, my mom's sister. She's been my rock since Mom passed from cancer when I was 12. Losing her changed everything, especially Dad. Margaret, sweetie, Aunt Christine said during our weekly lunch, your mother would be so proud. Top of your class, an internship lined up, you're thriving. Thanks, Aunt Christine. I just wish Dad could see it too, but he's too busy playing happy family with Amanda. Last Christmas, he skipped my academic honors ceremony for Amanda's kids' school play, and the time before that, he missed my research presentation for their family photos. Your dad's different now, Madison said while helping me study. Remember when he used to come to all your debate competitions? Yeah, before Amanda convinced him they were taking away from family time. Then yesterday, it arrived, my graduation invitation. 4 years of hard work, a near-perfect GPA, and a prestigious internship at Goldman Sachs, all culminating in this moment. I stared at the gold embossed letter, my hands shaking. You're coming to my graduation, right, Dad? I asked over dinner, trying to keep my voice steady. Of course, Princess, wouldn't miss it. But Amanda's eyes narrowed slightly, and I sensed trouble. Actually, honey, she said with that saccharine tone that always sets off alarm bells. We're having our wedding renewal ceremony that day. We need your help with the kids. You want me to skip my college graduation to babysit? I couldn't believe it. Now, Margaret, Dad interrupted, this is a special day for Amanda. And my graduation isn't special. 4 years of straight A's, Dad. Amanda's eyes welled up with her practiced tears. They only feel comfortable with you, she said softly. We're trying to build a family here. Family? I laughed bitterly. Is that what you call this? Don't use that tone with your mother. She's not my mother. You're being selfish, Dad snapped, slamming his hand on the table. Amanda needs this day to be perfect. You can get your degree mailed to you. I stormed out and immediately called Madison. She dropped a bombshell that made everything worse. Margaret, I was filing paperwork at the office today. Your dad's been transferring huge sums into Amanda's personal account. What? How much? Hundreds of thousands. And there's more, she said, voice hesitant. Your cousin Amy told me Amanda's been spreading rumors that you're a troubled, ungrateful daughter, supposedly hostile to her kids and dealing with addiction issues. It's why Aunt Jenny won't return your calls. Then Madison hesitated. I overheard Amanda convincing your dad to remove you from his will last month. She told him it would be better for family harmony to leave everything to her kids. My phone buzzed with a new text from Dad. You need to apologize to Amanda. She's crying in our room. I threw my phone across the bed, feeling years of gaslighting, manipulation, and emotional abuse crash over me. My graduation wasn't the real issue. It was just the final straw. I won't do it, I texted back. I won't skip my graduation, and I won't apologize. Then don't bother coming home tonight. I called Aunt Christine, my voice shaking. Can I stay with you for a while? Pack your bags, sweetie. I'm on my way, she said without hesitation. As I threw clothes into my suitcase, another text from Dad pinged. You're tearing this family apart. I raised you better than this. No, Dad, I whispered to myself, zipping up my bag. Mom raised me better than this, and she'd be ashamed of what you've become. The sound of Aunt Christine's car pulling up was the sweetest thing I'd heard all day. It was time to stop being the family doormat and start being the strong woman my mother raised me to be. Once at her house, Aunt Christine spread out financial documents across her dining table. Look at these transactions. Your father's company is hemorrhaging money. How bad is it? I asked, leaning over her shoulder to scan the numbers. He's nearly bankrupt. These withdrawals to Amanda's accounts, Margaret, they're astronomical. Designer clothes, jewelry, luxury cars, she's bleeding him dry. Then she pulled up more records on her laptop. I did some digging. This isn't her first rodeo. Meet David Chen and Michael Brooks, husbands number 1 and 2. My jaw dropped as I read the articles. 2 wealthy men, 2 marriages, 2 divorces, 2 bankruptcies. The pattern was identical. Just then, Madison burst through the door, waving her phone. Margaret, you know Tom Wilson, your dad's business partner. I just saw Amanda leaving his beach house. They've been meeting there for months. The same Tom Wilson whose wife, Susan, is my dad's biggest client. Exactly, Madison said. And guess who's been accessing confidential company files? Files about Susan's investments. Graduation day arrived and the weather was perfect. Aunt Christine, Madison, and Chris cheered from the stands as I accepted my diploma. Chris hugged me tight after the ceremony. We're so proud of you. Has anyone heard from Dad? I checked my phone. Nothing. Madison's phone buzzed. Oh my God, Margaret, you need to see this. She showed me a video making the rounds online. Susan Wilson crashing Dad and Amanda's renewal ceremony. It was pure chaos. You gold-digging thief. Susan screamed, throwing documents everywhere. These are screenshots of you with my husband and proof you've been stealing my investment information. Amanda's mascara-streaked face filled the frame, her voice shaky. Robert, she's lying. Tell them she's lying. Then Tom Wilson appeared. It's over, Amanda. I'm coming clean about everything. My phone lit up. Dad calling. Margaret, I need your help. The FBI is here, saying something about securities fraud and insider trading. Amanda, she's gone. Cleaned out our accounts this morning. She even took her kids' college funds. I don't understand. Did she take the Cayman Islands accounts too? I asked coldly. How did you? Next time you marry someone, Dad, maybe do a background check first. Princess, please. I know I messed up. I need you. But as I looked around at Chris, who was bringing me flowers, Madison planning our graduation dinner, and Aunt Christine beaming with pride, I knew who my real family was. You're right, Dad, you did mess up. But I'm not the one who needs to fix it. I hung up, turning back to the people who actually showed up for my graduation. Ready for dinner? Chris asked, offering his arm. More than ready, I said, smiling. And guys, thank you for everything. The drama from the renewal ceremony was still trending on social media, but I didn't care. I learned something valuable. Sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even, it's getting ahead. 3 months after graduation, my laptop screen lit up with a new headline. Mitchell Financial Group CEO under investigation. Everything had imploded. Did you see this? I called out to Madison, forwarding her the article. Amanda Turner, also known as Angela Watson and Patricia Mills, wanted in Florida and Texas for investment fraud. Aunt Christine read over my shoulder. Securities fraud, identity theft, embezzlement. Looks like your dad's company was just her latest target. My phone buzzed with another desperate voicemail from Dad. Margaret, please. The lawyer says I might face charges. Everything's gone. She took it all. I need you. Delete, I muttered, tossing my phone aside. The investigators revealed that Amanda had emptied every account before disappearing. She'd even taken her kids' college funds, dropping them off at their biological father's house with a note. Your problem now? Your father's company is officially bankrupt, Aunt Christine confirmed, going over the court documents. The FBI had found a trail of insider trading through Tom Wilson's wife's accounts. I was settling into my new job at Goldman Sachs in New York when my boss, Miss Mitchell, poked her head into my office. The Tokyo team loved your presentation. They want you to lead the Asia-Pacific merger. That's incredible. Thank you. Later that evening, Chris called to celebrate. I always knew you'd crush it in New York. When can I visit? Very soon, really. In our group chat, Madison chimed in. By the way, your dad was asking for your new address again. What did you tell him? Same thing as always, I replied, but I'm done being his emotional support animal. The holidays rolled around, and right on schedule, Dad's message arrived. Margaret, please come home for Christmas. I'm selling the house. Everything's different now. I need my daughter. I stared at my reflection in the window of my Manhattan apartment, watching the snow fall over the city lights. The scared little girl who once desperately wanted her father's approval was gone. In her place stood a woman who knew her worth. My response was simple: spending Christmas with Aunt Christine. Happy holidays. At least tell me you're happy, his final text read. I looked around my office at the promotion letter on my desk, pictures with Chris from our weekend trips, selfies with Madison during her New York visits, and a photo of Mom that always gave me strength. I am happy, Dad. That's why I'm not coming back. Aunt Christine's holiday invitation sat open on my laptop. Proud of you, sweetheart. Your mother would be too. Christmas dinner at 6. I typed back, wouldn't miss it for the world. Some people might call it karma, others might call it justice. But watching Dad face the consequences of choosing Amanda over me for years, I call it life teaching its hardest lessons. The truth is, family isn't just about blood or obligation. It's about the people who show up, who choose you, who stand by you. As I booked my flight to spend Christmas with my real family, I realized I didn't need revenge. Success, happiness, and peace were so much sweeter. What would you have done if you were me? Would you forgive a parent who consistently chose their new spouse over you, then only reached out when their life fell apart? How long can you keep giving chances to toxic family members before choosing yourself? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.